develop further tonight.
This is an important game for all the players, but especially those young guys who are in practice trying to do whatever they can to get more minutes.
Opening tip goes to the Wildcats, and the number you want to keep an eye on here tonight is that Morgan State forces the most turnovers than any other team in Division I basketball. Also top 5 in steals, as you see the quick hands already knocking the Orange out of bounds.
Yeah, so defensively, what does Morgan State like to do? Man-to-man full court press this Arizona team. So Kirk Kriisa, Pelle Larsson, Courtney Ramey, you got to take care of the ball.
Kriisa, a long 3 to get this one started. Larsson comes down with the offensive rebound. Here's to Bellis, always getting such prime positioning down low, and the soft touch with the left hand.
That's just one of the best players in all of college basketball. You're not going to double team him 4 feet from the basket. Say goodnight.
Arizona coming off a nice win over Montana State the other night. Bellis, bit of an off night for him, just 6 of 13, and the 3 is good. Malik Miller. Arizona currently 11-1. Impressive victories over Tennessee at home the other day, too. Many people described that as one of the most recent greatest home games they've seen. However, Miller right now not intimidated at all by the McHale
senior. He's not. This team played at Xavier to start the year. The Cintas Center was going off that night as Courtney Ramey gets a nice, beautiful right-hand drive to go down.
As you know, this is an Arizona team that'll love to run the floor, even the bigs, and that was something Tommy Lloyd was proud about, how well his bigs will get down the court and find positioning, easy looks in transition.
A lot of teams in the country want to play like Arizona, but they can't because they don't have big guys that run the floor and can facilitate offense. Meanwhile, Morgan State is on fire to start this one.
Here's Larsson pushing it.
Ooh, they had Ballo trailing right there.
Ramey relocates to Bellis. Easy rebound, chopped at, foul, free throws coming. KC, and you might wonder, hasn't really shot that many threes.
Ebway at Kentucky, we're like, hey, what's the next step? They're going to shoot threes, but we kind of forget to Bellis is a problem in the open floor, rim running, and on the block. Why do we want him stepping out and shooting a bunch of threes? He's only attempted 12 so far. He's 4 for 12 in the season.
Miller finds the soft spot in the defense and already has 8 points to start this game. Morgan State with the 11-6 lead in the first 4 minutes of this one, and another deflection out of bounds. Arizona ball. We'll take our first timeout. Bears doing their best Wildcat impression. 4 assists on 4 made baskets in this game.
Pelle Larsson with the green shoes, the Christmas version. You've seen those yet?
What was it, the Pepto-Bismol shoes yesterday? The pink ones, as Ballo, too big, too strong, he'll head to the free throw line.
Yeah, they're going to have a hard time trying to move him off his spot tonight.
So with Larsson at Grizzlies.
That was the worst jersey era, the mid-90s. Brutal.
I disagree with you. Arizona,
high-low.
There it is, to Bellis, down low, easy catch and finish.
Bellis was setting that up for about 5 seconds. He wasn't in the paint. He was just outside of the block. Because if he was in the paint, that would have been a 3-second violation for sure. But his eyes told his teammates, swing the ball. I got a mouse in the house.
What makes Arizona seemingly so much more effective at that high-low action than most teams in college basketball?
You have to have a big that can pass. If you have a big that can't handle the ball, that's a terrible way to run your offense. As Malik Miller has come out, and to your name, this is my show.
Miller 4 for 4 with 3 made threes, 11 points as Bellis gets another one to drop.
So that time the high-low was reversed. Bellis at top, Ballo down low, and while
using the 3-ball to build the lead. Here's Burke, loses the rock to Bellis, ahead of the defense. Up top, Bellis comes down, able to save it.
The catch.
Wildcats working around. Kriisa wide open, knocks it down.
Burke's their leading scorer at 17.5 points a game. We haven't heard much from him so far.
Corner can't get the jumper. Miller, an excellent rebounder. Can't convert on the extra possession. Here's Basar, back to Henderson. Henderson for 2.
So Henderson gets that basket, but how about...
Well off. Morgan State has cooled off now 5 of 13 after starting this game, 3 for their first 4. Here's Burke, a look from outside and some string music from the wing.
He's not just a volume shooter. You know, I mentioned Snap overall. He wants the three-point shot.
Vesar, the pump fake, nearly blocked by Turner as he was coming in.
Yeah,
you would have loved playing with me because you know what I thought about? Floor and cover his man in transition. I'll inbound the ball for him.
That's why we get along. So
yeah, Jordan. I don't need to shoot. I just need to set you. Burke will get a chance. We tend to shoot on the shot clock.
See him block that with his left hand. His left hand's taped, by the way.
It is. And then Vesar getting the loose pill, kicks it up the court. Here's ball wide open and a smash attack in transition.
Taking a page out of they don't put their head down and dribble it.
Nice touch, by the way, by Vesar.
2 back cuts. You got to be on guard when you're guarding Morgan State. It's what they do. They're going to back cut and back cut and back cut again.
Game. They notch it back up at 20 apiece.
And here's their three-quarter court press, falling back into man-to-man, trying to speed up Arizona in the half court, that is. Speed up their decisions.
Yeah, a little bit too much mustard on that dog from Ball. There's Kylan Boswell, excellent defender as a freshman. Vesar tries to challenge. Nice little touch by Joncom as he gets it to fall. You know Arizona is capable of putting together a complete game with their depth. Joncom knocks down the jumper. Morgan State not backing down.
Yeah, they're doing it. Morgan State has really gotten into trouble is when long rebounds have led to transition opportunities for Arizona.
Larson catch and shoot, and that is money.
The 13th tallest team in America, which is a step down from what they were last year. Last year they were 2nd tallest team in America.
Well, you lose Christian Coloco. Yeah, that doesn't help.
He ruins the average, man.
Yes.
But Roy, for those who don't know, experience, Division I experience. You can tell if your team's old or young.
Can't finish. Grisa in transition. Larson to Bellis. Beautiful dime, and that was going to be a goaltend as Turner was trying to beat that off Reeve from outside. And it's certainly something they need to weaponize if teams are going to try and sack down low. Ballo, and that is back-to-back goaltends by Khalil Turner. So playing some in the NBA draft, averaging under 10 points per game. You're doing something very well in the defensive end. Here's Ramey. Into the lane, trying to go up, loses the ball, and he is fouled. 2 shots coming.
All 3 of these young men, but Benedict
he's the best, and then he won out and outplayed LeBron as far as the box score in that Indiana win over the Lakers.
I'm not going there. LeBron's in year 20.
I'm not saying.
You think he's going to talk like that?
No. Well, I think Benedict Mathurin might be 20.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't even born when LeBron was in the league.
Nice pass to Ballo. He's going to just move some barriers out of the way and put it in.
I think Umar had been a little bit frustrated. He had been posting up a couple of previous possessions, had not got a touch. And you got to feed the big guy down low or he's going to stop running. Graphic below, but in the previous 6 games before that, he was 6 for 22. So it is a little bit of a roller coaster ride for him as a three-point shooter, but he's always a good passer.
Miller, the dish outside. 3 is well short for Turner, who just comes in there and bulldozes Larson over. That'll be foul number 8 on Morgan State, and his toughness and athleticism and filling that void on the wing that Arizona.
Not like you, Casey. You're selfish. Although you're right. He's not a guy that defines himself by contesting that without fouling. But he's tall, long. He can drive it. He can score in the post.
And Miller, who just took a hard spill on the deck, able to pick himself up, take advantage of the turnover and get the easy 2. So that ends a 3.5-minute scoring drought. Here's Ballo down low, and he's going to go ahead, lower the shoulder. Offensive foul against Umar Ballo.
He didn't need it. He didn't need to do that. When you get
rim, you have the size advantage, and Again, these are the little things I imagine that are tune-up opportunities as you get set for conference play. Tabellis, the steal, the size, going up with the left, but how about the quick hands of Lawson?
Number 1 and number 2 in rebounding. I know for a fact that no other conference.
How do you replace the production of Mathurin and Koloko? It's not going to be just one player. You see
Jamal Mark and Jamal Shed.
Here's Burke. How about the backcourt for Morgan State? Burke now with 9 points. He and Miller have combined for 23. He and Miller have combined for 23 of Morgan State's 30 points.
I know who the best backcourt in the MEAC conference is. That would be this Morgan State team.
Morgan State picked to finish 3rd in their conference. Ramey, though, with the answer as he drills a triple.
He's having a career best 3 games of the year because the NCAA suspended him for playing in an NBA-sanctioned event. Man, the Bears aren't backing down at all. They have not slowed their roll. Not at all.
Here is Ballo. Oh, my goodness. Running the floor and throwing it down. I tell you, these bigs for... Jumper no good on the baseline. Tabellis poked at as he tries to come down with the rebound. He'll step near Tommy Lloyd, a little dazed.
Last year, and now he's got 5.
I imagine someone from the OC that just rides a beach cruiser. And the conditioning, I think, is what speaks volumes to Bond State. Just 1 for 2.
Oh, they're shooting a lot of 3s, though, as well. And they know that they have a disadvantage down low, so they're not attacking.
Creasa, top shelf to Ballo. Rebounds, a perfect 4 for 4 from the field. Arizona, their largest lead of the game, a 6-0 run. Burke can't silence it. Henderson.
Ballo again.
Here's Ballo to Bellis. Here comes the Thunder, but fouled at the peak. This place would have exploded, as you see. They scratched up, but one more look at the lob here.
And the post up by Tubelis. Ooh, that was about as high as I've seen Umar Ballo. But the post up and Kerr's
ball back in the day.
Of course.
Yes, that's what that looked like.
Basketball.
Did you see him get those legs behind?
Like the balance. Like, I don't want to see all 3-point shots, but I also don't want to see all dunks either. And that's what I love about this Arizona team. They have a really nice mix, and their big guys are versatile.
In the first half, 2-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Here's Horner, the pressure by the Wildcats on the ball, and that's going to be a foul on Henderson. And here Tommy Lloyd just telling Henderson to chill out a little bit.
Not a bad foul, though.
Honestly, going to be much change left for Arizona to work with if Morgan State had worked that down. 10 seconds left to go. The trap on the sideline.
Look at that length.
Here's Lawson trying to get out of there, denied. Henderson trying to come up with it. 3 seconds. Creasa, you know, he got his sights on it. Creasa from half court. Just miss it. Kerr, you got to make that next time. You were right there.
It's your range, man. Those numbers just blow really good. To start off your career in a power conference. Like Arizona goes, they play in Maui. They play in the Maui Invitational. They play against big boys. It's an illegal screen.
Arizona 16-2 advantage in free throws attempted in that first half. Also, Tabellis knocks down the corner 3, and Casey
has to abandon everything that's made him successful, but I do think there are plenty of opportunities for him to shoot 2 or 3 3-pointers a game. He can make them.
Just 5 of 13 from 3 on the season.
But we do like to sprinkle in some personalities. Like, one of my favorite guys was Remy Martin, as Courtney Ramey hits another 3. He's having a fantastic year.
Excellent ball movement. Creasa wide open for the 3. Can't get it. Larson trying to chase it down. Another possession for Arizona. With the flush. Nice little jumper there by Jonkum.
Jonkum's backing off of him. He's having a hard time guarding that guard.
Follow a perfect
guard. Mark Madsen.
The Mad Dog, right?
He's now the coach at UVU, and he coached them to a win against your alma mater, the Oregon Ducks.
So you're just going to beat me down twice here. Put the graphic up as we have the 3 hit by Morgan.
I'm sure he did, and I'm sure it was glorious.
The steal at half court, Borovichinen coming right into the game and facing a little bit of 2-13. Isaiah Burke up to 14 points. Both he and Miller combining for 28. Here's Ballo, the shimmy, keeping the foot down, trying to go up with the left, and that's going to be a foul against Jonkum. To me, retain players, to me, that's what it seems.
Kylan Boswell has had a little, he's had some minutes, but it's been up and down. But every single rep that he gets is important, and you never know when it'll pay off.
The steal by Jonkum leads to a fast break opportunity. Miller crashing bodies to the floor, and that's going to be a foul against Kerr Kriisa. 2 shots coming for Miller. He impacted the game in other ways outside of scoring, and for a freshman to come in there, Casey.
More minutes right now is to do those little things. Depth, like your bench, is overrated in games, but it's highly underrated in practice. You need to have good competitive practices if you're going to develop into a really good basketball team. But when it comes down to the nitty
points was just 6 of 13, and 4 of those points from Umar.
I mean, Umar shoots only layups, dunks, post moves. Azul
3. Wow.
Nice
How about Jonkum? Yeah, ripping it away from Ballo. Credit this Morgan State team. They came in at 4-7, and a lot of their wins against some lesser competition. Miller, how about the athleticism against Ballo? Horner trying to break it up. Malik Miller from Washington, D.C. A lot of players for Morgan State were recruited by Morgan State. Very few transfers on this roster. To Bellis, another 3. Man's becoming a shooter here, Casey.
I love it. Throughout the country about Azuolas Tubelis and where he fits. Can he play? Can he be a Domantas Sabonis type of NBA player? Now, Domantas Sabonis is an all-star, so maybe I'm overreaching here, but you know what I'm saying. My skill set. Here's the deal. Oh, goodness.
Oh, the hocus pocus from Tubelis. Real.
Game, respect game.
Yep, so 24 points for Tubelis. That's his 8th 20-point game of the season, and Arizona leading by 16. Backdoor cut. Here's Burke, though. Burns them for the 2.
I looked directly at the air. Kidding me. It's all we talk about the last 2 days and in the huddle. Nice pass.
Boswell, nice dime to Tubelis. He's got 6 in a row.
Make it up by having your head up on offense and finding the best player on the floor.
What does Boswell need to do defensively to make sure that doesn't happen a second time?
Stay between man and ball. Something that you learn as a 3rd grader.
Ty Horner from Sisters, Oregon. Canning the 3 from up top. The Bears at 60% from beyond the arc. Here's Henderson, a little inside-out dribble. Takes the physicality and gets the finish. Vesar. Still a 15-point lead. Boswell, beautiful jumper from the baseline. Burke, long 2. Can't respond.
Boswell active, but he's a little bit wild with the ball.
Here's Miller weaving around, and how about the flip shot over the outstretched arms of Vesar?
Hey, Vesar.
3 this season, but he's got a nice shooting stroke, it looks like. Someone that they feel like Arizona's going to let continue to shoot those 3s as another tough bucket goes down for Morgan State.
Huffing and puffing, man.
Well, I think a lot of people don't realize, yes, running up and down the floor is exhausting, and that's what you do in high school, but battling postmen for positioning as Boswell gets the steal equally fatiguing. Ball, nice little finish off the backboard.
As big as Ballo and Tubelis can be exhausting. It's like the wrestling out there.
I was going to say, it's like moving a couch. You know, tiring. Did you ever help your friends move?
Of course.
Were you the one that would call to help them move?
Probably not. I'm skinny, man.
Give yourself some credit as Turner knocks down the 10th 3 of the game.
Impressive. He leads this team and the MEAC conference 2.5 steals a game, does Turner.
Hobbs with the steal. Miller again. Does a really nice job going into you with that left shoulder and then flipping the shot up with the right
side. You have to milk it. Now, it's easier said than done, but so far the Achilles heel, if they're
combo, as Matt Muehlbach calls it, to Ballo, as he gets another bucket down low. Casey, they're 16 of 17 in mid-January.
I get to be on that call in Tempe, Arizona State and Arizona. I can't wait for that one. Lost a little bit of luster after Arizona State got smashed.
Kriisa drills the 3.
MP, that's Kirk Kriisa. This dude, I think he loves playing. I mean, he loves McHale Center, but I think he loves playing in front of road environments even more.
Embraces that curtain of distraction, right?
Yeah, I think Kirk likes being booed. I really do. He loves being the villain.
Here's Larson, back-to-back threes for the Wildcats. Team points with just under 6 minutes left to play. That's the question. These teams, can they play a complete 40 minutes and sustain these runs from Arizona?
Oh, wow.
Back Benlay ripped. Here's Ramey. Buckle your seatbelts. Nerd, by the way, Casey.
You're a nerd, too.
Yeah, totally.
You almost went to Stanford, you said.
I was offered a track scholarship as the 3 is good for Burke. But my dad was the coach at Oregon. He said, no, you're not leading yellow. That was his alma mater. Yeah. But won a conference title in 2001, 2002. When there's a lot of talent in this league as Kriisa blocked on his attempt. Miller.
My coach, Mike Montgomery, was the coach at Cal after I left. That was,
I would imagine that was really
more
weird.
Bizarre.
Hey, and to bring this thing, weekends they spent in Vegas scouting high school players in the offseason. 2 points on 7 for 11.
One of the guys I play with right there is Jason Gardner, very left of your screen, bald head coach, assistant coach, was one of the best players at Arizona. Jason Gardner was one of the best point guards in the country. Impossible to guard.
Yes, he was. His name in the rafters as Balo rising.
Put your name in the rafters here. There's so many good players. And I'm looking up right now. Channing Frye, Stanley Johnson, Aaron Gordon are the ones that are hanging up there right now.
Well, it's amazing how many more are from that Lute Olson era where he just had such an incredible run here at Arizona and just established them as a consistent power as Ramey knocks down the jumper. That moving forward, no matter who seems to be the coach, can continue that excellence. Starter still on the floor for Arizona. Here's Balo, the pivot. Balo fouled as he goes up, so his perfect night continues. To find each other in that high-low is so unique amongst offenses in college basketball.
This is a pick-your-poison type of team when you play Arizona?
The game before they do.
Yes.
Under 3 minutes left here for Arizona.
Nice pass.
Here's Larson driving hard, foul, knocked to the floor. And Horner. 100% his. Don't forget, originally recruited by Utah, transferred. Vesar and Dylan Anderson for the first time tonight, the freshman from Gilbert, Arizona, as the 3 is knocked down by Burke. And how about this? Both teams, Casey, have a
not necessarily strapped.
Well, still a baseball compared to a basketball.
No, I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, it would be kind of cool, and if you're a fan, it'd be a reason to buy closer seats, right?
Right. This is true. Now, remind me this again as Miller trying to get to the cup, spins baseline. With the basketball, they're very particular about which ball is the game ball, right? Both point guards handle it before the official chooses. So would that slow the game down, having to select a new rock if every fan was keeping it?
No, I mean, you know how in baseball, how the umpires keep that little like pouch of balls. So you got a pouch of balls that have been pre-selected on the side. You got ball number 2, ball number 3, so on. I like it. I think it's a great idea.
Ball can't get the 3. That too, see, that would have gone to a fan out of bounds again.
Don't have fans. Like, a ball will go in the stands and just like sit there.
Bounces down the hallway by the hot court machine. And the bucket down low. Nice little dish. As far as best starts to a coach's first 50 games, also celebrated his birthday yesterday, Casey.
Big time. Is he number 2 all-time, like in Division I, right?
Division I. Put back for ball.
Like, we're not talking like number 2 in Pac-12.
No, 45-5 over his first 50 games.
I'm like trying to get my mind around that. In today's basketball, too, I feel like it would be harder to do it today than it would have been years ago. Am I right?
Probably.
I mean, I don't know. I know the one guy who holds the record, Doc Meanwell, is that his career?
Yes, had one loss.
Had one loss, but that was in 1911. What? It's like,
the Pac-2 back then.
Come on, man.
Arizona getting the 93-68 victory. Tommy Lloyd tied for second best record through first 50 games in NCAA Division I history, 45-5 in his first.